us and keep on keeping us going. We must not give up, because this is exactly why we are called. We are not called to come and give support to corruption. Always have this in your mind. We receive call from Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to come and restore Biafra. And according to his own preaching, I hold every man on his own statement. It's not my own statement. And his preaching, whiter than white and whiter than snow. Inasmuch as the world may have somehow controversial in that aspect, because no man or no woman on earth can be whiter than white and whiter than snow. That very statement is regarded for God only. No man can do it. But we must try as much in other way to ensure that what we are running against in Nigeria, while we are campaigning for the sovereign nation of Biafra, will not come and be found its way into what we are agitating for. That is my area of concern. Bear it in mind, I don't hate anybody. People that knows me, I have no hatred in me. But the only thing I hate is crime, evil, deception, lying. These are the things I hate. I don't care. I welcome, if you're Chinese, you are my friend. If you are an Arab person, you are my friend. If you are European, you are my friend. If you're an American, you are my friend. If you're an African, you are my friend. I don't care where you come from. But the most important thing is, are you sincere? You are highly welcome to my side. But the moment I discover that you cannot be trusted, I distance myself from you. Inasmuch or whoever that is involved, I don't care. I distance myself from you. Because this is how I was trained up by my own parents. This is how I was trained up by my own parents. And unfortunately, I follow that very line in life. The institutions I have worked for, or I have rendered my service for, I always stand on the side of doing things right. There is no amount of conviction you will give to me to support corruption that I will ever accept, because I understand the disastrous result of corruption. Now, we want to talk about corruption today. Firstly, let us start from where we are agitating from, where we were, and why we are standing there to agitate to have a new direction, which is Biafra. Now, if you watch the scenario of Nigeria, or why Nigeria is going through what is going through today, you find out that is as the result of corruption. Now, before I go into it, I want to give us a central analysis of corruption. Central analysis of corruption, the implication, before we go into it. Let us ask, what is the effect of corruption against humanity or against our society? This is area we have to dabble into today. The most dangerous effect of corruption is its systemic erosion of public institutions. What is the meaning of erosions? erosions is something that are floating to be damaged. Institution, which diverts vital resources away from communities and deepens societal inequality. I hope all of us got that very line. It deepens societal inequality. Let me tell you something. When you allow corruption to flow, either in institution or in our society, or in any organization you find yourself, in that particular place, you are rapidly building up what is called imperious supremacy. Because those that are the hem of this benefit of this corruption have to use impunity to protect themselves against you who have never arrived at that level. That is the meaning of what these things explain here. This misuse of power fuel devastating consequences across human rights. I hope all of us are getting it. Now, when you allow corruption will now fuel misuse of power. If you may ask me why the misuse of power being found in that very scenario, because when you want to speak out, the person at the hem of that affair will silence you with his position or her position, because the only thing those who are endowed in corruption can offer is intimidation, blackmail. In other words, to silence you. And if that is not effective enough, your life may be in danger. Your life may be targeted. In other words, to silence that voice that may have the courage to speak out and to expose things. Now, let me go on and on again. Economic stability and the global security. Key dangerous effects, human rights, and the public welfare. When funds meant for local schools, healthcare, and infrastructures are embezzled, vulnerable citizens suffer the most. Now, I want to ask all of you, what is going on in Nigeria? Why is most of us today is desperately looking forward to exit Nigeria, to run away from Nigeria? Is it not what I just read out from this particular teaching? This is what triggers most of us. Let me tell you something. There is nothing greater or enjoyable being in your dominion zone. What I mean by dominion zone, where you are giving birth to home advantage. Nobody on earth can dispute home advantage. Most of us today, they're scattered all over the world, living in the midst of another culture, which took us a lot of time to adjust to. Imagine if most of us remain where we are born, and grow up to this age. There are things we needed to contribute physically, or our appearance need to fix to some certain things. But in as much you are not there, in one way or another, condition may even warrant you to ignore those things. Why are we running away from Nigeria? Why are we running away from our home? It's as a result of corruption that is flowing in Nigeria. Insincerity from the politicians who should have been the servant of the people. Rather now, they now enslave the people. The people now become their servant. Rather than them rendering service to the people. After I analyze Nigeria side, before I come into IPOB, if you are reasonable enough, you will begin to use your own hand to write result on this comment section. Like what I explained now, the politician that supposedly to be the servant of the people, because of the foundation of Nigeria were built on corruption, and corruption is being celebrated in Nigeria. This now change the scenario of public service system. Now, the scenario of public service system automatically misinterpreted and today misrepresented across the Nigerian states. Because when a governor is being elected in Nigeria, because of the corrupt system of Nigeria, the allocation of the states now make the governor elected believe that the state allocation is his own private right to manage. But that is not how it should have been. Lack of system. This is lack of institution in Nigeria. In this state where I reside, Sao Paulo, where I reside in South America here, governors have no rights of access to revenue generated in this state because they are not given allocation. What you generate in your state is what you use, and they pay small tax to the central. There is a financial institutions in this very state, and there is Department of Projects in these states. Do you see how it should be? There is financial institution of the state of Sao Paulo, where all the revenue generates in this Sao Paulo. It's called INSS. As I'm teaching you, make your research on a Wikileaks about Brazil. Because in a dry port where I work, this administration is there. You will see all kinds of police, federal police, state police, in that very department. All this brew investigative police, monitoring how transactions of the state's revenue are being run. Then what is the duty of governor? When the state projects department has a constructions to be carried out, then the bid of that contract will be carried out. Many companies will submit their own request for in pursuit of that very contract. Then at that end, then the project department will take that particular project to the investigative department of the state about that project. Why are they taking it there? Because they will say, okay, the road in my area, the road that lead to my area where I live, they say, okay, that road is bad. It need to be destroyed and rebuilt again. Then it is the Department of Investigation for Projects will now go on the road to check if the area that this thing is being stated in that paperwork, if truly is the area. They will move around, take their photos and videos of what they met on ground in regards of that particular project request. Excuse me, I'm coming. That particular project request. Now, when this investigation are being carried out and done properly, now they will not take that project to the financial department that will fund the project. Now, governor have nothing. The only work of governor is when the financial department have investigated the project and the value of the project, and before they release the money, the financial department now take that particular project documents to the office of the governor. Then the office of the governor will give them time to go through those documents and the value of that project. After properly being carried out. Now, let me tell you something. Anybody who is managing public office must eat. There is always a way where you will pocket something into your pocket in a very civilized manner. Now, what is the office of the governor is going to do? So company, you say that this project will worth $30 million or $10 million. Okay, fine, good. Are you sure? Then, if governor, the office of governor is going to approve that money, they will say, okay, should in case of a kind of duration during the project, should in case there is a kind of a little bit inflation in the material, it's okay, this is 10 million. Okay, let us take this particular project back to financial department. Let the financial department add some kind of change on top of that very 10 million. This is what I have seen there. They do. Then they will take it back there. Okay, 10 million, make it 12 million. They will make it 12 million. They will take it back there again to the office of the governor. The governor will approve it. Then, if there is anything on that, mind you, the brew exchange police against corruption, they are monitoring the whole system. Mind you, they are monitoring, they are aware of the initial price of that. Now, governor have to take a kind of explanation to that brew, the Department of Police, to avoid arrest. Have to take it back to that place because they are the power engine of the whole thing. Have to take it back there, and they will summon some officials of the governor from the governor's department. Some of them, ask them why this 12 million, where the initial price was 10. Now they will not present it. Okay, this and this may have to be occurred during the project. Now the governor will approve. The governor will approve it. Then if there is a way, governor is very satisfied that the 10 million will carry that job completely. Governor will not even advise them to add anything. He will just approve it for them. He will just approve it for them. But the owners of the company also know how to settle the governor. This one now is not corruption. Did he deliver the work? Yes, he delivered the work. Is the work he delivered has a quality? Yes, it has a quality. What is the guarantee of that very work? Now, like here, you can never construct anything here without giving guarantee as far as government is involved. Okay, you say, okay, this road will last for 90 years. It is there 90 years. And that road must be monitored for good 90 years to ensure that it lasted for 90 years. If anything gone wrong on that, the owner of the company will be arrested. I know how many contractors in this land that is in today serving for the substandard service they rendered. It doesn't matter who is involved. One of the governor's brother, who has a company here, because he was constructing a pedestrian bridge, in which after one powerful wind blew in this land that blew, that pedestrian bridge collapsed. As I am talking to you, the owner of the company today is in prison, but the company is still functioning. Now you ask yourself, why is the company still functioning, but why the owner of the company is still serving? Because they are setting example to others. Because if this example is not set to all these kind of figures, it will encourage other people. It will encourage other people. And this is exactly how Nigeria destroyed. Because the Fulanis that brought corruption into Nigeria, because we must be sincere, people that brought corruption in Nigeria is Fulanis. Go and make your research. Then the Yorubas follow. After Yorubas, this thing trickle down to the Igbos. Today, it has become national disease. Today in Nigeria, you can't say that this is the tribe now. This is tribe. Now remember, the people who brought corruption is Fulani. Yoruba follow the suit. Igbos follow the suit. Today, corruption has been nationalized in Nigeria. And today, there is every tendency of every average Nigerian want to travel abroad. Now, these are the consequences of corruption. Now, I continue reading from where I'm teaching from. When funds made for the local schools, healthcare and infrastructures are embezzled, vulnerable citizens suffer for the most. Who pay the price of this loot and this embezzlement? It's you and I. It's ordinary market woman who is struggling to feed her family on a daily basis. It's ordinary market man who is trying to earn a living per day to sustain his family. These are the people. How do you say it? Where elephant and this thing rest to, the grass suffer it. And that is what it is. Who suffer it? The grass. Because the two heavyweight animals have fought. And they need to fight and see who wins. But who suffer the pain? The grass inside the bush suffer the pain. In a human form, who is the grass? The grass is the ordinary society figures, such as middle class, working class, or petty business owners. These are the people who suffer it. Now, I go ahead. According to the Transparency International, the thief of resources needed to address poverty and the public health directly threatens human rights and sustainable development. Now look at it. Today in Nigeria, too many diseases. Death of women, the number of women that died during the birth in Nigeria. Nigeria is the highest. Nigeria is the highest. birth leading deaths of women in Nigeria, of women in the world, Nigeria is the highest. Because here, nobody pays any kobo in giving birth in the hospital. If I am telling you, go, as I'm teaching, enter Google, make your research, Brazil. Nobody pay one dime in giving birth in this in hospital of this land. It's free from antenatal. From antenatal level to the birth level, it's free. But in Nigeria, which all of us have seen, the video is on the internet. I think it was 2024, where a young man who had his wife in a taxi were consoling the wife, crying. At the end of the day, the news broke out that the woman couldn't make it. Because of what? The woman was taken to the hospital. She couldn't push, she couldn't give birth normal. Then the doctor requested for 300,000. The man doesn't have it. Then before that video went viral, before people started contributing, looking for how to rescue that woman, the woman already died. Who killed this woman? And unfortunately, in 2024, which got me very crazy, I see Nigerians commenting, the man has manhood. He knows how to get pregnant. He don't know how to prepare for the birth of the pregnancy he gave to the wife. Now they start stupidly heaping blame on that very man. Now I now ask that when have a man not having money become a crime? When government has failed in their duty to secure the lives of citizens, and the citizens themselves are so blind, they have to stand up and speak up against the government. Now they are leashing their ignorance on their fellow vulnerable ones in the damage caused by the greedy politicians. Now look at T.A. Orji, the one the AFCC busted his house last week here. Now, I want you to take, if you have seen the video, if you go to that garage where his house is being found in the village where he parked those luxury vehicles, Ferrari is there, Lamborghini is there. But now I want to ask you, what model of Ferrari did you find in that very compound? What model of Ferrari do you find in that very compound? Ferrari of 2010 model, 2011 model, that is already out of the world, already outdated. This is where he was looting money, purchasing all those things, packing it down. Now you now ask yourself, what is the man going to do with those vehicles? Because if anybody, when I saw the vehicle that is been abandoned in that particular place, if anybody give me that vehicle, I will spit on their face. Because you don't expect me to drive a vehicle of 2012, 2010, 2011, 2014. I can't. If I want to manage any vehicle, I manage vehicle of 2019 or 20. That is managed. But normally, what we should be talking about is the vehicle of 2022, 23, 24, 25, 26. Now you will now understand the West. The West of fund, state fund at that matter. Somebody deliberately wicked the whole society, and it's not that he even spent that very money for himself. But look at that money was West. Those vehicles is a West. Those vehicles you see there, discovered there, is a West. The only thing valuable there is gold. Those box of those gold that worth almost 1 point something trillion. That is the only thing valuable there. Those vehicles is nonsense. Now you now check the price which this man had poured on those vehicles. During that time, he may bought those vehicles $100,000, $200,000. The same vehicle, bring it out to go and bring that Ferrari. If that Ferrari will be up to even $15,000, nobody will buy it. $15,000, nobody will buy it. Now look at the depreciation and the value of that money. How a one man's stupidity destroy the value of that state income. This is what we are talking about, corruption. This is what we are talking about, foolishness. If you study economy, you will understand that it is only a foolish man who heap money, cash in account. When you hear the white people, they tell you this person is a billionaire. Go, let me show you something. Where is my wallet? I'm coming. Now this is Visa card. This is Visa card. This is MasterCard. This is MasterCard. This is Discover card. All these things. How many credit cards are you seeing with me here now? Good for credit card, credit facility. In economy study, why the white people are progressive, you only operate with this thing that I'm showing you. You only operate with this thing I'm showing you. And not everybody that have this thing, for your information, not everybody that have it. Before you have it, it must be very well legalized in any country. Before you have this thing, because information on these things you have to around with your database. Now, there is nothing I want to enjoy. I will make use of these cards. I will make use of it. If I want to travel to Australia, if I want to do, I don't have cash for ticket. I will make use of that card. I'll go and purchase my ticket and go where I want to go. After returning back from my journey, it may take me 1 year to refund the money I spent from these master's cards. Without stress. I don't have to go and be knocking on somebody. If I don't have money, I don't have to go and start knocking on somebody's door. Mr. Okeke, please borrow me money. I don't have to do that. Because I have credit facility. If I want to buy clothes and I don't have cash to buy clothes, I use this credit card, enter boutique. I may even buy clothes of 2 million naira. And start wearing them. The boutique will ask me, sir, how many times do you want to pay this money? I say, okay, spread it 10 times. As soon as money comes into my account through my work, automatically the money will be transferred to how I spread to pay. If I want to say, okay, I want to drive Ferrari, I use my card, enter Ferrari shop, discuss, they value my monthly income. After they value my monthly income, they say, okay, Mr. Lion, you can make your choice. I make my choice. I carry the flyer. I'll be drive. You'll be seeing me inside. This man is so rich. He's not rich. This is the power of institution. Institutions have ensured that every citizen live comfortably to their dream, not be stressed. But look at Nigeria. Everybody is stressed because of corruption. Every human being in Nigeria, both men and women, are purely living in purely stress. They are being stressed off. The pressure is there. That is why it leads to death. Allowing corruption to operate in a society, it leads to death. You will see, somebody was telling me one day, somebody said, like, man, if you come to Nigeria and see your age mate, if you don't take time, if they pass you on the road, you will tell them, good afternoon, Papa. You will address, even those you senior, you may address them as Papa. Look at young men of 35 years in Nigeria, 36. Look at how they look like. Look at how sudden old they look like. Stress because of the what? Foundational corruption from those in a hem of affair of Nigeria. In a little while now, maybe in less than 1 year or 1 year, I clock 50. But nobody know. They will see me, they say, nah, I don't understand the kind of stature you have. Because God helped me and I have the privilege to visit Nigeria on time. That stressful life, yes, I express it to a little bit limit. But I will be able to what? To escape that stressful life caused by corruption. If I want to eat and I don't have money to eat what I have the appetite to eat, or what is hungry me to eat, the same restaurant where billionaires enter, I will enter there. After eating, I give them the card. They run the card, share. Take their receipt. The notification will come to my email. Look at how much you spend there. I don't have to start scratching my head. Nah. Hey, roasting chicken, the hungry meal, I don't have money. Such doesn't exist in abroad. Those people who suffer those kind of a little that kind of stuff is the people who refuse to key in to the system. Because you see, our people, there are our people that are come to abroad, that mentality of manipulation is still in them. And if you watch their lifestyle, their life system is not stable in abroad. And they are the people, little time you will see them be frustrated. Some of them will run mad on the street because this person has opportunity to key himself into the system of the citizens. How things have been done, but you want to do it the way is being done where he is coming from that is not working. Corruption. I will continue. I will continue. I start from that thief, right? The thief of resources needed to address poverty and the public health directly threatens human rights and the sustainable development. Economic destruction. Corruption. Economic destruction. Corruption acts as an unpredictable tax on economic activity, severely distorting markets. Do you get that? Severely distorting the marketing system. When corruption is there, inflation will not allow the marketers to flow very well and have the normal success they're supposed to have. It affects every corner. That time you say it doesn't concern you. It doesn't concern you. You go to market, you buy beans. It doesn't concern you because you are ignorant, you don't know anything. You go to market, you buy rice. It doesn't concern you, but you go to market, you buy oil. Do you see why the white people doesn't joke? Do you see why the white people doesn't joke with corruption? Do you see why all of them will be cooperated to fight against it, no matter who is involved? The former president of this country, in which this man that is sitting now, President Lula, President Bolsonaro, the one that is seated, everybody saw what happened in this country. When he was defeated in election, and he didn't want to surrender the power, his own wife and his own children, his first son, which is also a CEO of a company, this is a grown-up son who have started building his own family. The son also have a grandchild. The wife, the old woman, look at the husband and congratulates this sitting president against the will of her own husband. The woman entered Twitter and said, "Congratulations, President Lula." The son entered Twitter, "Congratulations, President Lula." They didn't support their father. While the man were agitating that the election was manipulated, they have already congratulated. What did the woman say to the husband? If he mess up, you only one that will carry the cross alone. Me and my children are not ready to carry this. Because this country is our country. We have no other place to run to. From this moment, if he insists to be there, good luck. Whatever you see, take. The man think the woman is joking. The woman went and secured divorce paper. Show the man. That time when the man know that this woman mean business, he told the husband, "I will divorce you. I will not allow you to come and cause crisis in this country." Now I want to ask all of you, especially Nigerian women, the most havoc being caused in that Nigeria today are being encouraged, especially by the women. And you all of you forgot that, yes, you are a mother. Mother is mother. Until Nigerian women understand that very central language of motherhood. Mother is mother. Father is father. I am a father of children. You don't expect me, seeing where other people's children are being misled to their own death, and you want me, lion man, to give support to it. If I'm giving support to it, which means I am wicked. If I can never give a support that will lead to my own children's death, why should I give support that will lead to another person's children's death? I'm asking you. Why should I do it? Is my own children's life more important than those other children's life? Life is life, equally. The life of that child in that rural area, in that undeveloped location of village, is the same life that is in my own children, that is in city, that is in abroad. That is nothing different. If you cut their body, blood will come out. The same color of blood will come out. Why do you want me to support such? I can't. Rather, I will fight against it with everything in me. Every connection in me. Every power in me. Every intelligence in me. Every education in me, I will use it to fight against it. And I don't care who is standing before me or who is involved. If Jesus Christ is involved, I will deal with him. I will drag Jesus Christ on the floor if he is involved. Because I know the consequences of corruption. I know the result. I know the end result. The end result is always disastrous. No progress, no single progress. It may look very fantastic and very good, but there is nothing. There is nothing on it. The end of it is disastrous, and the end of it is death. Chaos. If I found it going on in a Mr. A and I shouted, if Mr. B is my father, and I find it out in him, I will still raise the same voice and shout. A blow my alarm against my father. Ha! Cause problem as na you born this son. All of you may, because you are African mentality, may say it's just that this man born this son. But the most important thing, a blow you go down, a blow you go. I don't care. Because my father has his own life to live. That's why I like children born in abroad. They will tell you, Daddy, you have your life to live, I have mine to live. And which is true. If they come word through me, doesn't mean that they will live the same life I live. I have brought them to the world. I have guided them as much as I can, but they also have their life to live. If I'm against crime, any of my children grow up and say they want to engage in crime, the only thing I will do is to tell them the consequences of the crime, the payment. This is the payment, this is payment. I hope if you have courage to engage in this thing, also have the courage to pay for it when the time comes. Don't cry. Then the child will do what? Will now go and digest that very simple word. What does my dad just said? The child may even go ahead and investigate the consequences of what I just relate to him or her. After investigate and find out I'm not ready to pay this price, it will be heavy for me. He will run away. She will run away from crime. He will run away from crime. You see a man embezzle 210 trillion of NNPC fund, and Adam Oshomole was shouting on top of his voice in the Senate House. What did Senate President Akpabio? What did he do? What did he do? They shot him down. They went through back. Their own was given to them. Then as Oshiomhole saw that his life may be in danger, Oshiomhole silent himself immediately. By himself, he's silent. But this is the move he made. No other voice helped him. Neither Nigeria citizens stood up and said, let us help this man. They didn't. They didn't. What do the other women, some mothers will be doing? They will be targeting how to go and date that man. This is what I am in Nigerian government system for very long before I left. That's what they will be targeting. You will see married women looking for connection, how they can date the man, if the man can cut some bread from that money. You will see some ladies looking forward to how to have connection and sleep with the man and get their own cut. That is what is happening in Nigeria. You will see some imams, Muslim clerics, searching for how to engage the man, how to get the man so that they can get their own cut from that bread of 210 trillion. Corruption is not fought in Nigeria. Corruption is only receive direct and indirect results. Indirect or direct support. That's what the corruption wants to receive. Rather than to be leashed by the people, it will be separated, it will be defended. There are people now in Abia State that will say, I see somebody commented on TA Orji's ongoing corruption scandal. Nobody was saying, how many Funanis, how many governors of Funanis that ESCs are looking for? And if you watch the name of the person who Igbo man, how many of the Fulani? But he is not talking about how are we going to deal with this man. How is this man going to land in prison? At least spend a very big time in prison. No. What he commented is, he is not justifying the man's action with the Fulani's action. And that is the same person. If I open my phone and say, Oga, I have an opportunity to bring you to abroad, he will see how that the same man who commented that thing will be run to altar. He will go and tell church, God just remembered me. A man I didn't know just give me a call that he want to bring me to abroad. He will go and do testimony. He will do feast. He will set up party. That God have answered the prayer. Now you'll be wondering, where is this man going? Is he going to heaven? That is very so happy. Is this man heading to heaven? No. Where is he going? He's going to another man's country where human beings live like him. The different thing there is, these ones, if they are caught in their own corruption, all the whole citizens will turn their back against that particular person. The person will find himself in prison. That's a different thing. No citizens will support him or her, or like a prison. The former president of this country, because of the friends he gives contract, corruption was fine. Bolsonaro today is in prison. The former president of this country is in prison. Show me one former president of Nigeria that is in prison. Show me one. But you will see all of them. Some of them will call you, Mazi young man. Nah, this Nigeria, I don't tire. How can I get connection? Na ka m bịawa ebe ahụ. But when you tell the same person who want to run away from that system, when you tell him what to do, how to fight their leaders against corruption, he will now refer you to Gbenga. He will tell you, what of Mr. Gbenga in Lagos? Maybe that one is from Abia State. What we are going? Why are you dragging Okechukwu from Abia State? Mark get that remind that Igbos, we need to love ourselves. We need to support our own. The same man will be telling you support your own. He will tell you, how many times have you seen Yorubas dragging their own corrupt leaders? Why is it only the Igbos? Jesus Christ. Then you ask him, what? That's what I asked one man one day. I said, what is the condition of the Yorubas who are supporting the evil in their land? What is the result? What is their progressive force in Yoruba land? Is it not Bram Zinc you are seeing from their villages? Even in the town, even in their township. Is it Bram Zinc, dirty houses? No progress. All the trillions and I was telling, I said, somebody reminded me, say, Lion Man, you said something 5 years ago. You said, time will come, nobody will be looting billions again in Nigeria. What they will be looting is trillion. I said, time will come, nobody will even loot trillion again. What they will be looting is billion. They will be looting trillions. Billions they will be looting. He said, Lion Man, that thing where you talk don't come to pass. He said, the new fraud now is trillion. Billions is nothing for them anymore. I said, I told you. Because when you allow the first step of corruption to stand, the same people who practice it will increase to 2 step, 3 step, 4 step. It becomes a system. And when it becomes a system, what happens? You have to wait for crisis and insecurity. Now let me shock all of you what corruption can bring. Let me shock all of you. I stop at the distorting markets and discouraging foreign investment. Now, studies indicate that a 1 unit increase in corruption, you see, 1 unit increase in corruption. Studies did what? Studies indicate that a 1 unit increase in corruption can reduce GDP. Can reduce GDP by what? Per capita by 0.15% to 1.5%. Further entrenching income inequalities and poverty, erosions of the rules of law. It weakens the very institution designed to protect the citizens. What is that institution that protects the citizens? Ordinary citizens in every country. Healthcare system institution. It's the protection of the ordinary common man. It's the protection of a common man. Now, let me go again. Education is among the protection of a common man in every society. Now, where did I stop? Okay. Now, security is the protection of a common man in every nation. Judiciary is the protection of common man in every nation. Now, is the judiciary functioning to ordinary citizens in Nigeria? No. Judiciary have automatically changed into the protective umbrella for only the rich, while the poor people are made to be intimidated in the judicial system of Nigeria. Because judicial system of Nigeria, if you don't have money to buy the judge don't want to know if the allegation is true or not. They will send you to prison because you have no money to buy your freedom. What trigger all these things? Corruption. Are you going to blame the judge? No. Do you know why the judge will not be blamed? Because if the judge wants to exercise the real judiciary system, that judge will remain poor, and that judge will also be vulnerable for the rich to be intimidated. So he needs to obtain, extort the people in order way to come up a level where she will not be intimidated anyhow. This is the dangerousness of what? Corruption. I never learned in IPOB. Oh no. I said let us start from the step where we are running away from, because we said we are running away from Nigeria because Nigeria is not working, Nigeria is corrupt. Now we are running to our destination, which is what? Biafra. I never go there. Let me finish this topic first. I'm stepping into Biafra. Okay. Allowing organized crime to flourish and the fueling state captures, as noted by the Center for American Progress, unchecked corruption, where you are not checking corruption, uncheck what happened in IPOB. Because what took place in IPOB was, for over 12 years, IPOB was not, our brain did not tell us to check something that is going on in us. We were only believing one man's narrative. It didn't come to anybody's mind to say, let us check if what this man is telling us is true. Now look at it here. It's a fueling the state capture, as noted by the Center for American Progress. Unchecked corruption, we didn't check corruption in IPOB. Unchecked corruption leads to the what? Backsliding democracies, muzzled presses, and the failing society service. Failing society service. Now, what happened in IPOB? This are the thing. Every system, policing work will fail, military institution will fail, financial institution will fail, agricultural institution will fail, health institution will fail, judiciary institution will fail. Is not what the disastrous results of corruption? Is not what is indicated by this one? It was done by American Center for what? Center for what? Okay, now head on. Threats to global security, embezzlement, and the misuse of public funds create conditions reaped by violent conflict, by fostering deep divisions and hostility. Now, I think I have to stop here in Nigeria and bring this into IPOB. Whatever Nnamdi Kanu told us on microphone is what we believe. We were not even ready to check if this man was saying the truth or if this man were lying to us. Which is, if not what happened, that's why I said, you see, because of gullibility of Africans, including me, I discovered that God in heaven, the maker of heaven and earth, has always been the one who always fights for us in one way or another. Yeah, I know. Nnamdi Kanu that believe in God initially of this struggle, he always believed in God. Suddenly, after 2019, what I want to reveal to you now is the reality. Many people may not, it may be shocked to many people. Nnamdi Kanu, after 2019, now believe that God does not exist. And that was when I say his end has come. If you watch all this autopilot, if you talk anything about God, go just study. I want to give you assignments, study them. They will tell you, shut up your mouth. Does all those things exist? What the one in Austria, the young guy in Austria, that inconsequential human being in Austria, what is his name? Is Methuselah. What did he say? He said God doesn't exist. Ndoka must go. Is he not the one that started the campaign? Ndoka, church must go from Biafra land. That was the first quarrel I got with him. I said, come. Does church prevent you from reasoning properly? Abroad where I stay, this country is a Christian country. If you go to Italy, Italy is a Christian country. Go and Google it. It's a Christian country. If you Google Britain, Britain is a Christian country. America is a Christian country. Canada is a Christian country. Should I go ahead and mention Christian countries in this planet Earth? Are they not doing well? I say, why this every time church on your mouth? Church is the problem. Church is the problem. I said, am I not a dedicated Christian? I am a very dedicated Christian. I said, does it stop me of engaging on what is right? I said, this is excuses. The area you are heading cannot work. Rather, what we need to do is to create pastors with conscience, not criminals, not all this Bible school they are going in Nigeria. Because let me tell you the disastrous thing. You see, you want to be very careful of the church you go, especially these pastors that went to Bible school. I have taught my family members, and they have discovered that it's true. I told them, come. Anytime you are going to church and you discover that pastor went to Bible school, one day, come out for that church. Get out of that church. These guys, they are worst. What they are teaching them there is manipulation, not gospel. Have to be professional manipulators. That's what they are teaching them in that Bible school. I said, this thing got nothing to do with reasoning properly. As I'm a dedicated Christian, if I open Bible, stand on the altar, preach Bible for you, which many people know. If I am preaching, the congregation will stand still to listen reasoning. Because the way I preach it that time, about today could be the role. Anywhere I find myself, I speak the truth. I will break this Bible, break it one by one, badge by badge, and deliver it into your hand. You will go home and start reasoning. If you go home, you will start reasoning. You say, Chineke Nale, where did this man got his own translation of Bible? Somebody will come. Corruption-driven force. will tell you, I am a full-time minister. Do you have a handwork? No. How can a man stay? You don't have handwork. You don't have business you are doing. You only rely on the people's pocket. And you tell me you are righteous. Who told you you are righteous? Who does that? You are a thief. You don't know that the people are very afraid to tell you, they told you a man who does not have business, who does not have handwork, and he want to eat, he want to get satisfied, he want to live fine, is a thief. Take it to anywhere. Drag me to anywhere. I will sit there. Oga, Igbo, Onyo Shinke, he will wait Berima. He will Berima. What have caused institutional insecurity in Nigeria? Is it not what I just read that to you? The consequences of corruption. The insecurity today you see in the north is as the result of corruption, fund embezzlement. Now, like the man who embezzled 210 trillion, what do you think that man will do? For the law to cut him, he has the money to mobilize bad energy. English people will call it bad energy. Bad energy. He has the power, he has the money, he has the fund to fund bad energy against the peaceful society. In other words, to put that society in an unending crisis so that nobody will have settlement. Because as la uru adekwana mawu ala adịghị mma kwa uru ndenze kwa ha ndị Igbo soro ya. Ndị Igbo soro ala adịghị mma uru ndenze. Because when there is settlement in the society, your head will be working properly to remember, this person, how did he bought Ferrari? Or this person, how did he build mansion? But when the society is at crisis, everybody is running helter-skelter. Nobody will be remembered how Timothy built his mansion. Nobody will remember it because everybody will be running for safety. This is why the insecurity is much in the north, because that is where the corruption for public fund investment began. Look at Igbo, that is very peaceful. Some people will tell you it's agitation. No, it has nothing to do with agitation. We know what is happening in Igbo land. That's why I remain in IPOB. Because if people like us go out of IPOB, I may tell you that many things will spoil. Because when they called me, Lion Man, what is happening in your region? I know how to respond to them. With evidence. Oh, don't worry, this department of social place, I don't want to mention the name. This part, don't worry, is the politician that is behind it. Wow, do you have evidence? Yes. Evidence is there. Evidence is there. I will respond to you. I say, evidence is there. Don't worry. We know what is happening. Politicians are behind it. They want to use the name of agitation in other way to cover up for their embezzlement, so that there will be steady crisis, so that people's minds will be discouraged towards the quest for referendum. And one time they called me, I responded to them. I said, the fact remains that the leader of IPOB, I am highly disappointed that he is not exceptional in the corruption-driven force. That's why, to be truthful, is very good. You don't know what those people told me? They say, okay, now I know you are not lying. Now I know you are very sincere. because there is something before our table here. I said, okay. I said, the leader of indigenous people of Biafra is not exceptional, but the organization is working hard to see if it can be called to order. But if it doesn't call to order, you are going to see the signal also from the same organization. And today, they have seen that signal. And they know that, yes, these people meant well for that land. They are not excluding anybody, no matter who you are. Let me tell you something. You know, most of you may be saying agitation is because of, when the people say it's because of Biafra, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's intention, I laugh. I laugh. Because that is the level of your knowledge, which I don't blame many people. That is their own level of knowledge. I'm not here to blame you for that level of everybody must not be equal. And some who is reasonable, I tell them Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is not in detention because of Biafra. Because I remember when Bishop Enugu Diocese, is it Bishop Obinna, who said something some years ago? He said, I think that thing was done, is it 2019 ending or no, 2019 ending, either August or September. I will try to remember that actual month. Bishop Obinna said something. He wrote something. He said, Nnamdi Kanu left the freedom, the agitation of Biafra. He start living another life and start going another direction. I was among people who badged on the Enugu Diocese Bishop of Enugu Diocese. How many of you remember this thing in this comment section? I want to know how many people who have been in this struggle who remember that particular attack on the Bishop of Enugu Diocese. I want to know how many of you remember. He wrote something, and all of us, media warriors of IPOB, we descended on the man. We descended on the man very badly. To the point that the man have to go and delete that thing. Yeah, that is, he said it. But we are looking at the love. You know, love covers eyes. Or when you destroy your mentality can love. When you, otherwise I say love is blind. When you love somebody, you may not even have courage to look deep into that person's character. But let me tell you something. Every day people learn. I think this generation of Biafra have learned something. The scenario of 2021 have led to many eyes to open. This man said something in 2019. He said Nnamdi Kanu have left the freedom and start living another life. That's how he said it. And all of us descended on that man. Without knowing that the man knows 100% of what he said. But instead of us to behave like educated people, we were blindfolded with love, with nonsense love. I call it nonsense love. Love that cannot allow you to look inward of person is called nonsense love. We are blinded by nonsense love. Instead of us to say, why did this man say this thing? Or even sponsor, it is our duty in IPOB to sponsor professional journalists and say, come, this journalist come. And I want to teach IPOB something today. Sometime, if he meant well for this, now that IPOB has been institutionalized, it's an institution now, not one man business. Unu are unu educated people in IPOB. Sometimes unu no obu fonya ga emenwu ya. O mmadụ na wa mmadụ eto. Unu ewefute ego unu. Kwụọ a professional journalist si ya nna. Chọba onye n'otu ala IPOB mee ya interview. Piara anyị ya question ka anyị hụgode ka anyị maragode ebe anyị na-eje eje. Ihe a m na-enye unu na-abụ clue. Unu to ego au mmadụ meto na piara anyị ya question. All these journalists of CNN, all journalists of all these Fox News, all journalists of Al Jazeera, una kwonya go secretly si na chobo onye no ta piara anya question. It is not sabotage. It is not called sabotage. It is another way of building a very strong and accountability umbrella. Ale meyeme. Ihe I kwesịrị ime na time bụ ikoloko journalists, professional journalists, and all those fem media, and say na choba archbishop choba eno unu bara anyị ya question in this utterance he made. Bara na anyị ya question la anyị chọrọ ịmata nke weziokwu. That journalist face ya may invite ye feel ordinary journalists atakuru ya dia jakuje dia juba that question based on that thing. Before you buy a question now 30 minutes in kewe jogo gaputi. But what do? We were stupidly defending. We were stupidly defending. Now, insecurity. Now, if you check what the consequence of corruption, now look at it here. If you check it here now, you go down, you trickle, you just study down. Now, he said in France, ONU highlight that this makes corruption a major obstacle to international peace and state stability. Do you see it? Insecurity in Nigeria, insecurity in Nigeria. You forgot that your pastors are corrupt. You celebrate your pastor because he's your pastor. You forgot that your Royal Highness, the local chiefs are corrupt. You celebrate them because it's from your village. You want to defend it. Odogu from my village. You are defending it. And you want the society to not have insecurity. Funane kidnapper here and here, funane kidnapper. And in the incident of Yoruba recent kidnap, truth have come out. Funane that kidnapped those children, a pastor of a church were involved. How many of you know? A Yoruba pastor of a church is involved in that plan because he wants to get his own cut from the ransom. He's involved. Yoruba people were involved. Funane that entered our bushes in the southeast, if not for ESN, IPOB. Who brought Funane to East? Is it not Ojo Kanu? Have you asked Ojo Kanu, what purpose did you brought people who have no investment purpose? Because a governor who is going to bring people to the state must bring people that have what do you call it, ideology of investment. Investors. I have never seen anywhere where politicians welcome vagabond who does not contribute for tax of the state. It doesn't pay light bill, it doesn't pay water bill, it doesn't pay anything. All over the world, in a developed country, I keep on telling people, today, by the special grace of God, today in Brazil, there is a place I want to walk in. I walk in there majestically without any fear or any restriction. But there's somewhere place too, the same our people, ndị Igbo nọ n'obodo a, ha chere baa ha achọwa lawyer ga-agara ha. Because I'm only of my issue there. The nobody and well make him put leg there. Because what I'm contributing is not contributing it. The money that government is getting from me, they are not getting it from him. I was asking somebody one day, I said, in this incident of Donald Trump driving Africans away, I said, Oga, Donald Trump is right. He said, "I am man." I said, my friend, keep quiet. I say, will you want a vagabond in your own house? I say, you now, you build house and you are looking for people to accommodate in your house. You want to carry a vagabond into your house that don't have spirit of hustling. You don't have spirit of working. In the morning, you will cover blanket. If food will come in, we eat the food. I said, let me tell you, Oga, even before I marry, that had been my character. I'm not the date ladies that doesn't work or that doesn't have something to offer for herself. Since my age till now, I never collect woman $1. I am saying it on camera. I have never taken $1 from any woman in my entire life. I have never. Even my wife, when he bought me clothes as a gift, do you know what I do? I will target her, ensure that I replace that clothes she bought as a gift, I replace it with more expensive gift to her. Some people say, why you don't want? You doesn't want idle people, a woman. I say, yes, I don't want. Why should I want an idle person? It's better I see that, yes, you are up to something. I know that I have confidence. I say, well, this one now, if I am found tomorrow, at least he can take care of the children if I'm nowhere to be found tomorrow. I said, this has been my fear. I said, how do you want me to stay with a woman who doesn't work, who doesn't do anything, housewife? I said, God forbid. So if I die tomorrow or if anything happened to me tomorrow, my children will not start suffering in her hand. No. I said, nobody wants vagabonding. It's only a useless man who wants to keep vagabond in his house. A man of no vision. A man of low dream. Why should I keep? No, explain to me why should I keep? Is because of her beauty or what? If it is beauty now water for street now. Beauty now water. Are you looking for beautiful women? Beautiful women? It's like water. Carry liron. Abro beauty no anya happen no elu wanyi. Anya gawazie for beauty. Beauty they give money or beauty they resolve problem. What are we talking about? That was the first question I asked Igbo politician. Why bring in Fulani? So you don't see where Lebanese go and discuss with them and bring investors, Lebanese investors into our land. You don't see where Chinese are to go and discuss with them and bring Chinese investors in our land. You don't see where Europeans are to bring them. It is Fulani that we bring, that will go and live inside bush. I say all of you should be very, very careful. So all of you, this people who really use, we got to be very careful, because in future, I got backfire. Today, what is happening? Because you deliberately open your eyes, stupidly go and bring him vagabond into your land. You bring vagabond that has nothing to offer. Now, let me enter POB matter with the same corruption topic. Now, all of you have seen where the insecurity comes from. The insecurity is not Fulani. It's not only the Fulani. The insecurity is for all politicians who have looted Nigeria money. That is the people who establish insecurity in Nigeria across the whole state in Nigeria. Those who have stolen money in Nigeria are the contributors of insecurity, not only the Fulani terrorists. It's because of them the Fulani terrorists seizes opportunity to enter. Now let me take it to another line. In IPOB, let me tell you how foolish we are, including me. I was very, very foolish. I was like I say, lion man, how do you find yourself in this kind of place? I was asking myself a question and answering myself. I said, how did you find yourself in this kind of mess? Nnamdi Kanu, how can somebody who is not working, how can somebody who does not have a verifiable company be leading millions of people, and at the same time, he's the one in control of that money? The money was not controlled by the people who are contributing it. Don't you see that we are very stupid, all of us, from the head to toe of IPOB members? We are very fantastically stupid. Even we should be covering our face with like this. Because somebody say it, speaking it out from his mouth, we believe. How does he eat? That is where we start from first. How does he sustain on daily basis? You have no company, you have no business, any verifiable business. In the morning, you take tea. You take your morning tea. In the afternoon, you take your lunch. In the night, you take your dinner. You buy soap to bath. You buy cream to rub. How did you get all those things? How did he get all those things? How did he form the means? Did he have any company that generates money? No. Do you have any trading? Is he a trader? Is he a trader that import goods and sell and make money? No. Then how did he survive? How did he wear clothes? How did he wear shoes? How did he pay his house rent? How did he feed his family? And we are here talking about it without shame. Don't you know that that was the time we were supposed to know that this man is more corrupt than the Nigerian politician? That's when we should know. That's when we should know that he is feeding on the people's pocket. And let me tell you something. Any human being that feeds on another man's pocket is a thief. And is a very heartless thief at that matter. Any man who have addicted to take money from you and survive himself is automatically heartless. And a heartless soul can create insecurity. It can create insecurity. Look at what happened in 2021. All his siblings joined force with the people that created insecurity in our land. Prince Mimi were in support of Simon Ekpa. Kanu were in support of Simon Ekpa. His sister, the one that resigned from police, were in support of Simon Ekpa. Because of what? Because they need to maintain their ego. They need to maintain income, illegal income, in other way, to sustain where they have placed themselves. Because that place which they have placed themselves, they can't come down from there. It will be very difficult for them to come down from there, to come and live normal, genuine life. It's not possible. That is the dangerousness in corruption. It's not possible. Because they have to maintain that. They have to maintain that navy. You see that navy, they have to maintain it. That is why, in order way to cover up the loopholes and the exposition of that corruption, he want to lead from prison. His desperation to lead from prison is not bet ordinarily. It is bet under the how can I cover up this mess? Because if you allow another person to go there, another person will discover it. And because of his absence, and because of the attitude of his siblings, led to deep investigation, which when he heard that news that IPOB leadership have carried thorough investigation in what led to his kidnap. What was the Mazi and the Kanu response? Go and ask him. Maybe he's watching me now. Go and ask him. He said, who sent them for that? Who authorized that investigation? That was his response. Despite that, people were accusing other people falsely. Okay, he was even explained, okay, because of your brothers were accusing the members of the DOS. That was what led to that investigation, so that the IPOB will find out the members of DOS who is involved, so that they will be exposed and be dealt with Biafrans. He responded and said, who authorized it? Because he knew that that step, that action alone have exposed him. He now condemned it. He said, who authorized it? He is not after the people, their life were in danger. The people they were accused accusing falsely of being behind what happened to him. He is not. So those people, they can die. People can leash them to death. No problem. As far as he cover up that mess. Now the kind of problem is he want to cover up that mess. So whoever, if 10 million Biafra have to die, let that mess be covered up. He is ready. That's why I tell you, anybody with corrupt mind is worse than the terrorist. Anybody with corrupt mind is worse than the terrorist. I don't pity them. Any day I discover you have a corrupt mindset, one day, I don't pity you. Even I will be working to ensure that law took place over you, because you Nigeria is a good evidence of corruption. When corruption suffer you, suffer your children, one day, even though your papa do them, you go fight your father. You go fight them. Don't you know that the blood of innocent people who volunteered to come into the struggle for Biafra restoration are the people who fought and ensured that that incident took place in the realm in Kenya? Remember what I said? I said, whoever, when I launch my investigation and find out, I find out the whole truth. Video throw your questions to the leaders of IPOB. Go ask them. They have questions one by one. Say, who know they are aware of this? And make Allah hide them. We never decide though. But one thing I like them is when they see that I was pumping some kind, immediately they say, Imana. Ihe adịkwa na-eme bụ maka ndị be anyị, mana ndị be anyị isi adịchaghị ha mma. Ka ọ pụtagodi first, ọ pụtazie amara ihe mere ya. Masị ya ka ọ pụtagodi first, ha sị m ha sị, masị okay, if that is your choice, nsogbu adịghị. But one of them will remember what I told. I said, but this man may not chola kanyama potagodi first. O nwere ike nọ n'ime ebe ahụ chọọ ka ọ fire in other way, ka ọ blackmail ya, because ọ mara unu achọpụtago ihe nke wee eziokwu. So ka ọ blackmail you, ọ wụ ihe ahụ m kwuru mere. They were so anyị mekwa mkpụrụ ihe 2024 ka m kwuru okwu a. Okwu a m kwuru ba manifest 2026. Masịrị onye a nwekwara ike na ebe ahụ plan ba ihe ọzọ. Mgbe masịkwa unu anụkwara ya, unu dịkwa careful maka ndụ unu. Onye a nwekwara ike na ebe a with ihe m achọpụtago dị ihe unu a na-achọpụtago. Onye a nwekwara ike na ebe a plan ba ka esi akpatu unu. Onye a nwere ike nọ dị achọwa ka esi akpatu unu, ka akpapụ unu n'ụzọ. Okwu a m kwuru 2024 were mee mala church, because amago m know ebe ọ na-aga. I know what corrupt people can do. A corrupt person is an assassinator. He can kill. A corrupt person can disappear you. A corrupt person can do anything to cover his corruption. That's why standard law called them terrorists. Ihe a kwuru ọ bụ ihe mere. O nwere ihe ọzọ mere na bụ ihe a kwuru. Check ya the duration 2014. Mgbe m gbara gị afa. Selekwa na ihe ga-eme nụ. Ha sị m mba. Lord realize go mistake ya. And so bad they up all everything. But eme ha ga-eme now. Ndị be anyị ga-adị discourage. Ma gwa ha sị ha come. Ọ ka mma na ndị be anyị dị discourage. Kunu at on time. Ọ ka mma na ndị be anyị dị discourage. After all, a need the multitude to restore Biafra. He need the few individuals she have a Oh, him could. They lead the multitude to restore Biafra. He need the few they ban she have a corona. Oh, Biafra come. And you need the multitude. I need the word. Ndi she have a corona. Ndi ma the meaning of freedom. Let me go achieve. Have an India. Oh, yeah, good man. Insecurity, the result of corruption, the topic we are treating today. Can you hold me? Our flag of brandishing of arms in different locations in solidarity to himself. Ihe ọ dị onye ka e were mgbe e mere ya ahụ na men ekwechirila ya ebidozie ka brandish arms on the air mee video tụsara so that ndị lili liver will run away. Or man la mgbe ahụ brandish that arm or somebody like me back up provoke more and more. Somebody like me, I am not in leadership, but I'm just ordinary IPB member. Back up provoke more to even make more move. Back up provoke more to even make more radical move. Because all of me, okay, bow down. Then they would anya very layer. I go no one on a leadership lay many anya berry. I can anya behelun now. I will work unani lepetazzi like you to group. Oh, Lily anya berry says. Camera moga pota. You want to when you're chorepota. You got you know you chorepota. Because the way you want to read Japota, or Gapota moon like that. Because all the same corruption now, Maria, you feel like this pattern of way pota, or Gapota moon. Magunu le ko nya ge sapota lamputo nya bo garagara puto nya bo connection international diplomatic move connection see ihe anja no na media la afiri ono they deceive omo ha reality is waiting for all of them gbe kuproku a 2024 reality le che onye obula la reality bo the master. Here we know my reality is your guy, pata. I didn't put a lamuma. Upon that moment, that time. I saw him, God, I said, shut up your mouth, what did you saw? Onye baron who gave message, Unimacolonian led a book more. They will gift Adamanont. Adamanum when they more the book man. So shut up when you no. Lay him one ano. And I can't know correct. Arabaga, about that go be draw. Oh, one Sabbath guy in Abia State. I engage him. Master, how do you know that God speaks to you? Have you challenged God to know if God really speaks? He said, how do you challenge God? I said, let me tell you what happened to me one certain years. I said in 2016, I was in a hotel room where I lodged. I went to somewhere. I lodged. I was in a hotel room. Then voice just came. I just stood up from my hotel. I sit down for that small chair near my bed. I came down from bed. I just sit down there. He said, go to a place like this. Because that place is a 5 minutes trekking from my hotel to that station. Say, go to so place. You will see somebody. He mentioned the person name. The person is from Nnamdi. I was dragging it within myself. I said, what did concern me? Because I was speaking to myself inside the room. I said, what did concern me? Concern, go and see, go there now and see. You will find so person. You will see him. I said, I don't have business with this person. I don't have any connection with this person. So here I come to do something. If I finish what I'm doing, I go. So what is the meaning of God? You see, if you don't stand up there and do what I ask you to do, I want to tell you, I want to prove to you something. Because sometimes if I tell you something, you don't go and deliver it, you would think you are hearing a bad voice. Stand up now. I said, stand up. I stood up. I went sluggishly. I said, I can't go there. That's how I walk out. I start trekking to that place. As I got there, I reached there. Unfortunately, that is where prostitutes always, people, I now see that where I was directed to go and stand is where prostitutes stands. Ndị a ụmụ nwaanyị a na-agba akwụna ndị ọcha. Onye ọbụla yiricha hot wears. Ana ha gorocha oge, ha kwụrụ there. I say, ebe a m nọkwara na-akwụna. Mana ụmụ nwata dị ekwesịrị eme mmadụ. Ajọ mmụọ. I say, ebe a m bịakwa na-aba akwụrụ. Wadafu onye makwana m home here now. Fiilela m bara ịkpọrọ akwụna. Fiilela m bara ebe ịkpọrọ akwụna. See, I keep my head. I turn back. Immediately, I turn back. I said, as I was going to return that place, go and stand there. I want to show you something. And that was what I heard. Go and stand there. I want to show you. Obey. I have to go back again. There's one small wall there. I just put my hand like this. Carry my phone there, press. One of those ladies came. Hi. I say hi. I greeted her. I said no. I'm just waiting for a friend here. Over another one come. Hi. I say hi. I said I am not here for anything. I'm just waiting for a friend here. So I was standing. 30 minutes ago, I said, I said, go back there, stay there. That person I told you that you will see him here. After like almost 40 minutes to almost 1 hour, I got annoyed. And I'm really like this, Kampua. Na lewokema. I just smile inside me. I say, Oh! I say, what can you know? I say, na ogara yo man, na wa for you. O take one kebere be me beri bru nwa. Kwe ham deku. Akwe ham deku. E beri bru nwa. Masi amwa kwa. Say no. I will work about the remember the stress session here. Laba me check something, which I'm can be all like an alley. I am okay. And you get a chamu alawa. But by the room, I say, what is the meaning of this? I just want to prove to you that when you hear me, do what I ask you to do. Because you doubt me so much. When you hear me from today, do what I ask you to do. And that was how everything began. I begin to obey. I've been hearing, but I don't obey. I didn't hear, but I know the fear not they let me talk. But I no go fail. Say from today, every time I tell you something, do it. You will never be ashamed. I say okay. Remember Nelly Ofebu and Simon Neba? I was on camera 2000 and what? Is it 2022 or 2023? When I said from so months, as they unite to fight IPOB, I said their problem will begin from May and immediately towards May ending to June. Some happens now, man, Kehelemen. A woody be a walk. Massa, I'll call him Kulitarano. La Katakata Hagegidu. When the Kanu they make a map on that Pio. Lonya Galija, Lonya now. It will like a chitip your way out of what? A born and our so accountability. On him, but and that for Brazil. Sha Lunya Galija. Lord, your boss accountability. No one who below no one who Joe below against IPOP. And the Lihana and a Chideke Gigi and now Piayotare. Piwashiazu. Lonya Lala, when I don't go, it's gone. The only thing they gave me about or revise room where quickly. Drop in a lobby. But one day, a boy jealous are there. It's coming out next week. It's coming out this week. I already markedly deceiving them. It's coming out massive one bonya lapata. How do you see that? I said, I am not seeing anything. Lala is gone. Unu tiba kambu ya jekola kotwa. Lande jide kwa evidence o. Le jide evidence lawyer Simon ne pala ruko. Lamba hedge evidence but hedge the evidence now. Le hana konka bo verify evidence. Proving evidence and they are now. Say uneti kwa unya I said that unumana unya Simon he pala ruko. Unu ka ji no na ajuju kezie ebe onye preach peace ji nọkatazela arụkọ wuto onye ogbu arọbara onye legbusisi ndị mmadụ legbusisi ndị be anyị ya na arụkọ wude masa osetiala no mgbe ndị mgbara most of people mgbara believe ha sị na onye aka can never be working with masị ahụ Lonya yara Simon ne pala ruko ndị agburu egbu la Igbo ndị amenarụ la Igbo hana ruko la ndị na gọọmenti ejidogo evidence oti ha dị sheba see him see pam ma IPOB anyị ga-save IPOB umbrella onye ọbụla ba mbọ ka anyị save IPOB n'aka ya IPOB bụ nke anyị ọ bụghị nke ya ka anyị save ta n'aka ya and that's what exactly IPOB do anyị serigodi identity anyị sepụta ya n'aka ya o metara na were isi ya mere gịnị buru ọ ya ka dị ekpokwu corruption o kweghị na adị m emekpere onye ọjọọ ebere o metara na were isi ya buru mbọsị metara nke m mewere isi m buru ya mkpu unu ndị IPOB so unu bịa unu jụọ m Lion Man mere gịnị ọ bụ ha na ọ bụghị unu gbalaga nọ hapụ m gbalaga nọ ka m were isi m buru nke m ihe anyị bịara restore bụ anyị dey agitate for freedom, which is our fundamental right, including the politicians. It is the right of people to seek for their independence when the place their eyes not comfortable. But when you leave that channel, you now like ebe ọzọ. Ị ga-ajụkwa onwe ajụjụ, ọ bụkwa agitation nke ịbara ime ka ọ nwere ihe ọzọ nọ n'obi. Ka o nwere ihe ọzọ nọ n'obi. Is there another thing in your mind? Is there anything in your mind? If there is anything in your mind, tell us. Because what agitation needs is diplomatic engagement, peaceful protest, superior arguments, convincing. It doesn't require bullet. It doesn't require gun. Self-defense is what requires bullet, which is IPOB have also formed that one against the terrorism of the jihadists. So any other thing is illegal. Any other thing is illegal. I keep on shouting it since I joined IPOB. Any other thing is illegal. Self-defense of Eastern Security Network is legal. It's purely our right against what? Terrorism. You don't go and form force against the bad politician. What we own the politicians, even the corrupt one and the devilish one, is what? Superior argument. As IPOB is now, if you want to put Hope Uzodinma on chain, we put him on chain. It's very simple, but most of you don't know. You see IPOB. That's why institution is very good. Imagine somebody leaving a whole organization in his private name, and you want government of Italy to answer you on your private business. You leave your private name on the organization as a private business. You want the US government to answer you. You must be mad. Maybe you have mental problem, right? But now that IPOB is under community, IPOB now has been disregistered from his name to under community. As Hope Uzodinma is now, if IPOB worldwide want to finish Hope Uzodinma, put him in jail, or like just like this, on time. How are we going to do it? The Directorate of State will order. Brazil, it will just distribute the kind of petition to everybody. That petition will be on uniform. They will just distribute Brazil, put your IPOB letterhead of Brazil, submit to the judiciary, submit to Interpol about Hope Uzodinma. Switzerland, do the same. Italy, do the same. Spain, do the same. Australia, do the same. Canada, do the same. Japan, do the same. China, do the same. Hope Uzodinma is finished. Common sense is not common. Because somebody were busy deceiving everybody. He was not even ready for Biafra. He was ready making money for himself, living a large life. And I hide there. I say, listen to me. You can't give me money with the left hand. You now use the right hand to rob me the money. Iyem nyande mata hu ni nyana mnya. Isi lazu. Kona mwan kona napom nya. Ma pata tiba mbu sinde madu. Hey, ego onya anyere m no napokwala mnya ha sim shut up. How can you give him money and collect it? Nana, so you want to spoil his name. Ma rekweti. Ma leti si na o na am ego a asim evidence because I give him evidence. I think evidence. That is what I find out that was happening. It will come on physical, it will preach righteousness. Everybody will, you have high need, you will like Rezoku. A Jezel appear deal. That was what provoked the politicians. Allah appear her deal with threatening. So now politicians now will now see. So this organization is all about fraud. And the people inside it is in support of it. Like somebody like me. You know how many calls I receive? When I didn't even, when I was, I let defend it until I appear evidence. I won't read like this. Because I like, when have you become a thief? Can be because can be John Korandoshi, can be John in the 419. Guma, I am Makwa. They against this thing. Guma. I'm going to blame the blind. I'm not the Susan. My lady. My lady. Onyaka ya docha. Lepa na akama docha. My lady. More. E participate. La fraud. More. No. And when I say come, since I joined IPOB, I have never collected $1 from IPOB Foundation. I am the one giving. Even before, when somebody in IPOB mother or the parent die, we give them money. Oh, when I'm in Brazil here, I don't know other IPOB country. Go and ask the IPOB member. Go and ask people, some few people who were in the IPOB then, who received this benefit. We used to give money. I think is it 800? I forgot that 800 reais or something like that, or $400. I don't know. Just to support the person. Just to support the person. But when my mother died, I was in a very serious financial crisis. I didn't collect it. Because you know why? I know exactly. I don't want problem. I didn't take it. Because this is my right. Forget that I am an executive. I told coordinator, I said, one nachom, please. Mba happen. Yes, but long how hard they make me IPOB now. Lord, my right, Masiamba, right think I happy. Because happen right here. Because that's exactly what my spirit told me. Yes, this money will go a long way, but don't collect. I didn't take kobo. Mama, home no happen. Jide na ego I got use for 5 POB. Unu jide achom hembere ebe awo I contribute my own. Can you want Biafra? Oh, hembera. The line is open. Those who want to call can call in and contribute. If you have anything to contribute, you contribute. Then, in conclusion, what I said is, no matter the circumstances, no matter who is involved, in IPOB, when you sense corruption, expose it. Don't allow it. Because IPOB is the foundation of Biafra now. If you mess up the foundation, we are all finished. If Biafra come, the corruption will continue. That is the conclusion of this broadcast. This is the foundational level of Biafra. And we must lay that foundation very transparently. No mixture. No matter who is involved. If Nnamdi Kanu is the one involved, let him be punished to the end. If Mazi is being found corrupt tomorrow, let him be punished to the end. If Mazi will be found in corruption tomorrow, may he be punished to the end. Emotion, remove emotion. Emotion does not help anybody. Emotion is what keeps Nigeria the way it is today, and all of us are suffering it. All of us, the result of that emotion is what all of us are suffering. The white people who does not have that emotion, look at how their place is standard. Because onye memehe, the white people abakata onu si weta ka ogbuelu obe. Onye mejo the white people asonya, while the white abakata onu si weta ka akpo elu obe, ogbuelu lo military ya. The white people agasi hapia, agasi pofta ka ogbuelu obe. But orula nkunu na si hafia, mere nebere. Hafian. Then echi onye atọ nu se sunota onu. Obonu ka onye osu. Unu chefu olu onye oshi nwere obi ọjọọ. Ya ebe unu kirikiri ka onye osu. Ndewonu. Hereby, this program has come to an end. May Chukwu bless all of us and keep us healthy and sound. Every IPOB member who is genuinely agitating for Biafra, may Chukwu bless all of us. But those who are into this Biafra agitation for selfish interest and crime, may Chukwu and the God of our ancestors punish them, disgrace them, even kill them. And so shall it be. Ise. They will.